Hello and welcome back to Chat About It, Don't Shout About It with me, Rachel, the Queen of the Woke. This is the video that you all have been waiting for. I guess you could say, you know what it's going to be. It's got to be about the new Wicked movie. I am a bit late with this one. I do apologise, but this is my take on the situation at hand. The new Wicked film is set to be released in theatres very, very soon. I think it's like November, and I myself was planning on watching it. You all know I'm an actress by trade. My degree is musical theatre. Wicked is my least favourite musical. And no, I wouldn't be watching it to hate watch it or anything like that. I wanted to go to see if I would actually prefer the musical as a movie instead. And I was genuinely looking forward to seeing the adaptation with an open mind until this happened. Cynthia Erivo calls out fan-edited Wicked poster that hides her face. None of this is funny. It degrades me. Now, I made a community post about this the other day, which was a bit on the ranty side, but I had to say something. And this was all because Universal Pictures released their poster last week now at this time of recording that apparently pays homage to the Broadway poster and the current book version. At least I think it's the current book version. Anyway, so what you see on the screen here, this is what the original version of the book cover actually looked like, just so we have some basis of what actually is going on here and some variations, as you can see. Now, as you can see, the general concepts are the same. You can't really see the eyes on any of these pictures. And ironically, the black book cover in the middle is actually the cover they are using to promote the movie for anyone who buys the copy. You can see at the bottom there, Wicked, now a major motion picture. Now, fans were displeased with the homage, and some took it upon themselves to create a new version. And the reason why they weren't happy with it was because it didn't look like this Broadway version that you see here on the screen. It is pretty iconic, and it is also the poster that they used for the West End version of Wicked as well. There are a few variations of this poster that actually float around, and it's generally the background that gets changed, but Elphaba and Glinda pretty much remain unchanged. And this is what we've got for the homage to the movie version. And I generally find myself agreeing with the general consensus that this one could have looked more like the Broadway one. Cynthia's character is Elphaba. Elphaba is green. The main thing that the original show poster does is actually create the fear, the mystery, and how misunderstood the character of Elphaba actually is. It's supposed to make you question her and what's going on in that poster. And she's also quite a funny character, and that's really the reason why she smirks. She's supposed to generate this whole entire mysteriousness around her. And the movie version fails to do that because she is now looking down the camera lens. Now, that's her choice, or it could have been the photographer's choice, and someone would have had to have signed off with that. But that's made it lose its original interpretation and the meaning behind it for a lot of people. So, one fan decided to create this one that you see here on the screen. This is their edit of the movie version. Now, if you take a look at it, it's much more like the Broadway poster, and how much more I would have expected the homage to be, as it conveys the poster's original intentions. However, Cynthia did not see it that way, and this is what she had to say about it. This is the wildest, most offensive thing I have ever seen, equal to that awful AI of us fighting, equal to people posting the question, is your PUSSY green? None of this is funny. None of it's cute. It degrades me. It degrades us. The original poster is an illustration. No, it's not. It's a poster. Anyway, I'm a real life human being who chose to look right down the barrel of the camera to you, the viewer, because without words, we communicate with our eyes. Our poster is an homage, not an imitation. To edit my face and hide my eyes is to erase me, and that is just deeply hurtful. Let me put this right here to remind you and cleanse your palates. Like, how rude can you get? I'm sorry, that is straight up rude. You say that you look right down the lens because it communicates with your eyes and things like that, but the original poster with the shadow over the eyes for the Broadway show also does that too. It does actually tell you a story within the picture, and that's what it's supposed to do. Now, I would actually say that this is not equal to the AI of them fighting. And I believe the meme or the phrase of "is your PUSSY green" existed way before this film was ever made and was directed at the character, not at Cynthia. The phrase that she is talking about is something that actually predates her casting by at least 10 years, maybe more, maybe 15 prior, and is targeting the actual character, not the actress. And to be honest with you, people do silly things like that. They just do. Now, I did check to see if Ariana was complaining about her nose being covered up, as she got the same treatment as Cynthia did, but I couldn't find anything. So it's just Cynthia that actually had the issue here. Now, I interpreted the movie edited poster as a bit of fan art, perhaps a bit of excitement, and perhaps they were realizing their vision with the movie poster and what it was meant to be, and to them, what it is meant to be. I don't believe for 1 minute that it degrades Cynthia or the cast. I don't believe it was a target on them either. Do I believe that Cynthia was offended? Yes, 100%. I do believe that. Do I believe that she handled it well? No, I do not. I believe this hasn't been handled well at all, because it's coming just before the release of the movie. And to call out people by saying that she has been erased and overreacting to something completely innocent makes other actors look really bad as well. You know, what people think of actors at the moment, people just don't trust what we have to say. It's becoming a victim mentality. When no one was attacked, it got blown way out of proportion. If you are in the spotlight, then you will be made into memes. You will have a very raw deal with AI, unfortunately, and have your voice changed, featured in parodies, be modified in things that are nowhere near as innocent as a movie poster edit. Your words, your thoughts, and your opinions will be under scrutiny at all times, just like mine are. Now, the irony behind Cynthia's statements is that she has also for 7 months back been favoriting fan art, and she favorited this one on the screen. And this was made months ago. And this piece of fan art could have been seen as the same sort of thing. And this piece of fan art is actually based off the trailer where her eyes get obscured purposely. This piece of fan art obscures her eyes even more than the trailer. If Cynthia had simply just said to the movie poster edit, "Wow, I love what you did with the movie poster, and we can't wait for you to see the movie," then none of this would have got blown out of proportion the way that it did. It's like a Streisand effect. Let's see what X had to say, because of course X had to have their say. "This is real. Cynthia Erivo from Wicked is mad that fans edited out her eyes to make the movie poster more like the original poster and then made some jokes. These people think they are important. The sheer arrogance of her to be mad at fans for having fun. I hope it bombs." This is from Andy Signor from Popcorn Planet. "Imagine thinking fans editing a bad Wicked movie poster to be more like the Broadway poster is the most offensive thing ever seen. This Cynthia Erivo is an insufferable idiot. Get over yourself, girl, before you tank your own movie. It's not an erasement, it's an homage, the original Broadway poster. This perpetual victim mentality needs to stop." I was actually looking forward to Wicked because I'm a huge fan of the Broadway show, and then I read this. "No one is degrading the actress. They're merely mirroring the most iconic art from one of the most successful and most loved Broadway shows. As the actress who plays Elphaba, you should know that it was done out of love for the show and not out of hatred. This pees me off." And whilst we're having a look at X, let me just show you the AI fighting. It's not very good, but let me just show you it anyway because she talks about it. Cynthia, when she sees people making AI posters of Wicked. Now that AI is a pretty bad animation, but you had a reaction, so that's how people responded, essentially. There's also a creation on TikTok of a photoshopped version of the poster as well. This has got over 27 million views. Let's take a look. It's muted because I can't play popular on here. So there you go. There's the poster. There you go. Oh, look, I'm creating shadow over eyes, turning the lips red. Yeah, putting in a smirk, maybe. Let's have a look. Pretty normal, pretty standard. Oh, it looks like the original a bit more. There you go. Oh, Ariana Grande getting the same exact treatment as Cynthia. Now, it's a pretty good Photoshop, you know. There you go. Pretty standard. Add in the flying monkeys and the hair. There you are. And the title. There you go. Oh my goodness. Wow, that was so shocking. I'm so devastated. Oh dear. Now, this isn't the same poster as the poster that was made, but it was around the same sort of time. But the creator of this version that you see here on the screen responded with this, and it's pretty good. So he decided he was going to add eyes back to posters because of this erasure that's going on at the moment. This person on X had this to say. Okay, so I've decided to repost this. The last few days have been wild and helped me realize that the initial reaction was largely overblown. This is and always was an innocent fan edit to pay homage to the original Broadway poster, and there is nothing wrong with that. Now, what this person is saying is true. It's just fan art at the end of the day. However, this person did go on to say that they deleted the initial post. There is an entire thread. I'll link it below. It's a tad confusing because the TikTok post that I showed you also predates the post made by Cynthia and the account she had tagged on Instagram with the poster edit. However, this person is also saying, this person on screen is also saying that the owner of the video that I showed you is taking credit for their work. I'm not entirely sure what exactly is going on, but both edits clearly must have landed around the same sort of time. So this is what this person said. My poster plus the one Cynthia posted versus his, there's a clear difference. So, that may be the case. However, at the end of the day, it is irrelevant because she still had a bad reaction to a very innocent piece of fan art. And it could just be that the timing of both of these going live were pure coincidental and they both did the same thing. And I would suggest that she probably did see both of them because the TikTok one has over 27 million views. The point is, no one was erasing anyone, and that should have been clear. And really, I don't think anyone got hurt, but Cynthia took it that way, that it was a dig at her. The point is, no one was erasing anyone, and that should have been clear. And it must have been to Ariana Grande because she was asked in an interview about AI. And whilst this wasn't AI, it was Photoshop, she actually handles the question extremely well.
I think it's very complicated because I find AI so conflicting and troublesome sometimes.
She's absolutely right. As actors, we have to put up with it quite a lot.
But I think it's just kind of such a massive adjustment period, and this is something that is it's so much bigger than us, and
She's also absolutely right. Ricky has been around for what, 2 decades at this point? I'm just saying that off the top of my head.
the fans are gonna have fun and make their edits, but of course,
So she's acknowledging we're going to have fun, we're going to make our edits, we're going to make our fan art, and there's nothing wrong with that.
I sometimes it goes too far. I think so, and I have so much
Oh, that was a bit of a dodge. Yeah, I think so, maybe.
respect for my sister Cynthia, and I love her so much, and you know,
So she's making it clear that, despite what's going on, she still loves her so much and all of that. Fine.
it's just a big adjustment period. It's like so much stimulation about something that's so much bigger than us. So
Now, I find that very telling. Ariana may have been told by the producers to not react, to keep quiet, not say anything, or Maybe she knew that she was going to get that question, so she came prepared with an answer and chose not to say anything and to remain as diplomatic as possible to get herself out of a tight question. And I respect that. It was very diplomatic indeed. Now, I fall into the main demographic for something like Wicked, and the fan base is pretty big for it. I do hope that this outburst, so close to the release, does not actually harm the integrity of the movie. However, it is just another example of why people from my own industry need to learn where to draw the line. I think that they forget that it's not me, me, me. Spotlight is on me, me, me. This is what I need to say. This is what I need to do. And if you don't like it, get lost. That kind of attitude. They forget that. And they've got to remember that they have a solid fan base and fans will do this. And if fans see something within the realms of the genre that they don't like from the actors, they will call it out. And that's just the way that it is. So let me know what you think. Chat about it, don't shout about it. Like and subscribe. Thank you very much for watching. I will see you tomorrow at 4 p.m. Bye bye.